Good morning! All right, it's an awesome morning here. We're recipe testing. It's actually, I mean, it's good to test recipes, but not when you eat like 3 of these already. I only need to eat 1 to test, and I had, well, 2.5. Crap. It's going to be an interesting morning. So I'm testing the last 2 recipes for my new ebook that it's going to come out really soon. It's about oatmeal. And I've decided what to do with that savory oatmeal recipe. I'm putting it in the ebook. So guys, you can look out for that really soon. Only got 2 more recipes to test. Doing that this morning, and I really, really love these recipes. I think you guys will like it. Which means that breakfast is a little messed up today. My day is going to be messed up because I started by having a bunch of these, a bunch of muffin already, and I still have 1 more recipe to test, and I can't be trusted with muffins in the area, so today's gonna be kind of a wash, but that's okay. It's all for you guys. That's it for now. Yeah. Okay. Okay guys, I'm at the store getting some more ingredients for these recipes that I'm testing. So far I have all good stuff. But since I only had a couple muffins and stuff today, I'm feeling super cravey. I don't think I'm gonna get out of here without something bad. It took everything I had to walk past Starbucks. It took everything I had to walk past the donut holes. But I'm in the bread area. Wish me luck. I don't know about this one. Whoa, you guys, that was rough. Okay, so in this store they have a Starbucks, of course, because like, why wouldn't you be bombarded with crappy sugar and temptations everywhere you go? So I was like, seriously, I mean, I got close to the case. I was like, chocolate croissant, and my favorite is a toffee nut latte, and I haven't had those things in a long time, so I was like, Then I was like, but how would I carry those things and shop at the same time? No, Cheri, no, keep going. So I walked straight to the produce aisle, like beeline for the produce aisle. Let me just look at some grapes, right? So then I was doing okay during the produce aisle, but then after you get done with the produce aisle, you get to the bakery section. Of course, this is all laid out on purpose like this. Bakery section. See some bread. Not super interested in bread because I had basically oatmeal all morning. But then I saw cheesy bread and I was like, oh God. Crisis of conscience. Like, could really go for some cheesy bread. Was about to buy it and I looked at it a little closer and it had pepperoni in it. And I was like, can't do the meat. Better put this down. So then I saw this other one that had, I think it was just cheese and jalapenos on it, but it had like a ton of cheese, like as if the cheese had sort of baked out of the bread and got all over the pan or something. And I was like, that's just too decadent. I can't eat that. And I'm telling you, if they had had a loaf of bread that just had some nice cheese on the top, I would have bought it and I would have been eating it right now. I mean, I would have been stuffing my mouth with it, but I was just lucky this time. Just lucky. Just couldn't find a specific thing I was like really, really wanted. So what's lucky about it is that, you know, I just didn't see something specific that I wanted, but I went down that next aisle. That's where I took that last video. And I was like, ooh, I'm so close to buying something bad. I kept like looking in my cart for moral support because it all looked so healthy and everything, and I was like, no, you can do this, you can do this. Recorded that video for you guys, and then I was like, oh, okay. Then I had to walk through a couple more aisles to get what I needed. I needed some spices and some dates, and I went into the checkout aisle and I was like, I could get some candy, but honestly I wasn't in the mood for candy. Then I saw this when I was paying, and something amazing happened. Wasn't interested. Thought about the candy in the aisle like I thought about Twix bars. Those are my favorites. M&Ms. I thought about that Reese's peanut butter cup stuff, because those peanut butter cups are like, those are my kryptonite, really. But I looked at it and I was like, I don't want it. What? I don't know. Is this like me being different as a person? Is it me just having a good day? Is it I'm holding on by a string and I was just lucky I didn't see something that caught my eye? But I mean, the thing is, like, any of those things I saw would have caught my eye on another day probably. Have I been having enough nutrients that I don't feel like I want of those things as much? Because I really did want the chocolate croissant, and any other day I would have been like, I'll just stand over here and eat it real quick. You know, they have the little cup holders in the grocery carts actually nowadays, so I could have gotten the coffee and that would have been fine, and I could have eaten the croissant while I was walking. I don't know. That's a mystery, but I do think it was a pretty close call. I'm gonna go home and test this final recipe. There's gonna be more oatmeal in my future, and I gotta try to get some vegetables in today, but maybe we'll go out to a vegan restaurant since I'll be sick of cooking by then. I don't know, we'll see. Honestly, I'm avoiding those eggplant roll-ups because, all right, I gotta tell you something. So I made those eggplant roll-ups, and you know they're one of my favorites, but so I used a really big eggplant. I haven't used a big eggplant before. I was using a small one, and you guys know I haven't used eggplant much in my life, so I don't know too much about them. But I had been really loving these eggplant roll-ups, except I had this massive eggplant. So when I used that eggplant, I made the roll-ups, and then something happened. I have to see if I can show you a video of this later, but when I sliced the eggplant a certain way, like I would just slice them down the middle to these like 1/4-inch slices, there's the line of like the set of seeds or whatever that's in the eggplant. And when I rolled up some of those things, the set of seeds, like there's like a little column of seeds in there, those would come out independently of the eggplant flesh. And the seeds stayed in this long line, and to me it looked like an anchovy. And I was like, I can't eat this. Like, this looks disgusting. It looks like there's fish in my eggplant roll-ups. And so the first time I ate it, when I said just the other day, I was like, I didn't really enjoy that very much. It's because there were like these little lines of like seeds that looked like anchovies to me. And it's not that I mean, I actually really like anchovies, but just seeing that, like, it like just looked like this dead animal. It looked like a big, huge silverfish. Honestly, that's what it looked like. And so I tried to chop it up in certain bites so I wouldn't see it, but I kept thinking of it, and I was just like, oh God, So that's my eggplant roll-up story. I'm trying, like, I will eat it, I promise, but I'm just like, I don't know, maybe I won't, but I've just been feeling so like off of the eggplant roll-ups lately. And then I'm like, crap, I gotta make more food so I don't go off this plan and like start getting crazy soon, but whatever, that's where I'm at right now. All right, I just thought of something. If I had gone to Trader Joe's, I think we would be having a different conversation, because I know where everything is in Trader Joe's and I know what I love. So I probably would have like grabbed a few things, and we would have been talking about how I messed up. But I'm gonna go home and try and not have a really bad junk day. We'll see how it goes for the rest of the day. But luckily I don't know like where my favorites are in that store, which is, I don't know, interesting. At the store I got some more Mrs. Dash stuff. This is one of my favorites, the garlic and herbs. I was almost out of that. I got more. And I also found this one I hadn't seen before, tomato, basil, garlic, so I'm excited to try this one. And then this one, Fiesta Lime, I'm going to be using on fruit and stuff. This is like a thing I learned from my husband, using, like in Mexico, they do a lot of this sort of yummy seasoning blend on their fruit, and so this one is going to be a good one to put on there. Very excited. So I settled on just having a green apple for right now. I'm in such a weird mood. Like, I was feeling very crave it, but then when I got home I was like, I don't want anything. Okay, so not a perfect day. Been eating these muffins all day. This sounds like a repeat of last week. Recipe testing. It's not the worst day ever. I didn't have like 15 of them or something. I think I only had like 7 or 8. Okay, we went to a vegan place. I had those muffins today for food basically all day, and I forgot that I don't have cocoa powder at night, and I started to feel really shaky because of the caffeine in the cocoa powder, which is the excuse as to why I wanted to go to a vegan restaurant, right? So we went out, had some food. There was tons of vegetables in the pad thai that I ordered, which was really yummy. Had a little bit of the mac and cheese, couldn't eat like any of it because of course we had to save room for ice cream. Our favorite vegan ice cream place closed. We tried to go last week. I think, was it last week that we went? Yeah. And it closed and we were devastated, but it turns out they have another location, so we may be here just to check it out. Remember that time I was like, I'm cutting back on sugar. And then I went and got a vegan milkshake. This place has the best. This is vanilla and cookies and cream. Ooh, we found our vegan ice cream again, yay!